My next guest is going to be making his UFC debut this Saturday against Tai Tuivasa at UFC Vegas 22. It is Harry Hunsucker back here on the program. Harry, how's it going, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing awesome, but I did not get signed to the UFC this week, man. Congratulations. I know it's been a long road to get here, man. Tell me when you found out the news that you'd be a part of the UFC roster.
About 2 hours ago.
Wow. Okay. So this is really fresh. Like, what's going through your head? Because I know, we sort of talked about this in the last interview, that you were sort of on the cusp of getting there, but were you expecting this?
No, not at all. I mean, it's a great opportunity. I'm very appreciative for Pat, for, keeping me in the conversation, of course, with my last win. It was a pretty good knockout. So, I've been doing the work, man. I still haven't had any alcohol like we talked about last time I saw you. And, it's time now. It's time to go. I've been working my whole life.
How much do you think being on Contender Series will benefit you in this fight? Just because that's kind of like a high pressure situation, like a UFC debut. You're going to be fighting in front of Dana White. You've gone through sort of the motions of fighting in Vegas and all that. There's going to be a lot of familiarity, I would think, having this debut on Saturday.
Yeah, obviously the pressure is high competing. Last time when I fought for the Contender Series, it was 4 days notice. Guess what? Same exact 4 days notice again. But it's kill or be killed. Tai Tuivasa is a tough ass dude, and I think I am too. So we're gonna find out. And I'm glad to create the relationship. It's going to be a long relationship with the UFC. This isn't a one-fight deal. I'm going to make my presence known, and I'm going to fight my heart out, man. I'm in better condition than I was on the Contender Series on short notice. Not drinking alcohol has helped a lot. My weight is still low. I'm still in good shape, man. I fought 2 weeks ago.
I was going to say, in that fight, I don't think could have gone better. What was it, 45 seconds you got that knockout in the fight?
Yep.
How did you feel in there? Because, again, you talked about some of the changes you made. It seemed like everything was on point in that fight.
Yeah, I was comfortable, man. You know what I mean? And everybody is human, and everybody can get knocked out. And, I've been preparing for 5-round fights my last 4 fights, you know what I mean? And this is a 3-round fight. And people are like, well, you were only in there for 45 seconds. Yeah, that was 45 seconds of the fight, man. I've been in training camps training for 5-round title fights my past 4 fights. You know what I mean? So, are the odds stacked against me? Probably a little bit. I'm not going to lie about that. I'm sure that I'm the underdog, but the underdog comes through a lot of times, man. And I'm not going to, just like in the Contender Series fight, man, I'm not going to go in here with anything to lose. I'm going to go in here and lay it all on the line, and I'm going to show that I belong competing on this level.
Well, I'll kind of flip things around a little bit. I think the pressure's on Tai in this fight because he's a guy that, he's coming off a win, but he had lost 3 straight before that. There were some rumblings about him getting cut from the UFC. They were obviously very high on him. If losing 3 fights, he gets a 4th fight in the promotion. You're taking this on short notice. I think you've got kind of nothing to lose, and you kind of alluded to it there. It's like you're kind of going out there with that mentality. I think that could be a dangerous combination because he's got to win to keep his roster spot. Not that you're going out there to lose, but even if you lose this fight, I think they're going to keep you around, like you were saying.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, it sounds good in talks with Pat, but it's just I've been training my whole life for this, man. And we don't get the things we want in life without taking some risks. And, I'm learning that more. I'm more mature as a person and as a fighter. I've got my head straight. I mean, I laid down the alcohol. I quit it. And I've been training, man. This is, I still train every single day. After my fight, I was back in the gym on Monday. You know what I mean? And everything's going to be fine, man. It's all going to be fine. So
does work know yet, I guess? Because I remember that's something I know.
They all know. Yeah.
Okay, good.
They all know.
What was that like, having that conversation, being like, guys, we did it?
Well, my boss congratulated me. He, he's my martial arts instructor too. He congratulated me and told me to go kick some ass.
Awesome. And I imagine you knew a lot about Tai before taking this fight because he's been in the UFC for a couple of years now.
Yeah, he's actually a fight that we thought that we might end up with.
Interesting. Why is that? Just because of just where the rankings were and stuff?
He's top 15. He's a gatekeeper. And, he's going to keep guys out of the top 10 in the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He's no slouch. He's no bum, and he drinks beer out of a shoe.
There you go. Yeah, which I guess you won't have post-fight with him because obviously staying away from the alcohol. But I was going to say,
I may have one victory beer.
I think. Listen. If you go out there and get the victory, I think you've earned it. I think you definitely get a shoey with your opponent after this one, if all goes well on Saturday. Did you ever hear why Dontel Mace was out of the fight? Was that, I'm assuming it was an injury, or was it COVID? Or?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. Obviously, I fought Dontel before, so that's kind of weird.
That's right. Oh, man, that's small world. That's crazy. I forgot about that. Yeah, that was earlier in your career.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was his pro debut.
That's right. Okay, yeah, I remember. It's all coming back to me now. And then the other thing is, obviously, the medicals and all that. Is that all done yet, or you still have to go through and do all that before the fight on Saturday? Because we're recording this on Wednesday.
I had some medicals done a couple weeks ago for my fight. So really, they're just seeing what I need this time, which I just had an MRI when I fought for them in November. I'm thinking that's still going to be good. I just had the eye test done. I'm hoping that's still going to be good. Because some of that stuff, I think, lasts for 6 months to a year. So I'm really just waiting on Pat to let me know on that stuff right now.
Yeah, and how crazy is that? Your manager's in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. You guys have been working together and making this happen. You're, obviously, out in the United States. So it's cool that you guys have worked together and made this happen, right?
Yeah, dude, Pat is the man. I can't tell you how much, he's helped me over the past little bit, man. Pat is a rock star.
Yeah.
If you need a good manager, hit Pat up.
There you go. There's his endorsement video right there. Which I agree with. Pat's done a phenomenal job. I can't tell you how many fighters I've seen over the years get into the UFC because of him, right? So it's been cool to see that happen. So style-wise, how do you look at this fight? You talked about, sort of knowing a lot about Tai for a while. How do you look at this fight from a style perspective?
It's kill or be killed, man. Somebody's getting knocked out. You know what I mean? There is no funny business about it, dude. It's somebody's getting knocked out. It's not going 5 rounds. Somebody's getting hurt. And hopefully that's Tai Tuivasa and not Harry Hunsucker, right?
No, for sure. What type of camp have you had leading into this? Because you sort of said, you're always in the gym, but obviously it's different when you're preparing for a fight.
So, I've kept my cardio up this time, and that was a mistake that I made, after the Contender Series fight. I went back into strength training. So, my camp really hasn't ended. You know what I mean? So I'm just pushing on, dude. I'm just going to keep going. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I hear you. Who have you had a chance to work with for this camp?
The same guys that I always work with. Michael Seals at Lexington Jiu-Jitsu and Fitness, Jamal Muhammad, Trent Knott, Brian McDowell, the guys at the Kentucky Fighters Group, the team we've built here, all of my people here at Elite, my brother Jesse Cantrell. I haven't changed anything. It's some people are like, do you want to make any changes, blah, 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 and all this. I'm like, look, man, there's no need for change. There's just need for adjustments.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
You know what I mean, no change, just adjustments.
Who's going to be making the trip with you on Saturday in terms of your corner?
Same guys for Contender Series, Michael and Jesse.
Okay, that's awesome. And I got to get a prediction. How's this fight playing out on Saturday?
Knockout, first round.
Okay, there you go.
If it goes to the ground, I'm getting him.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's going to be an awesome matchup. And again, not looking ahead here, but what would it mean to get that first UFC victory? Again, you've had a long road to the UFC. Like we talked about the Dontel Mace fight, fighting him on the regional scene. You've had tough opponents leading up to this. What would it mean to get that first UFC victory?
Just to show everyone, man, that no matter what, dude, your dreams are possible.
Yeah. In some ways, too, when you get signed to the UFC, sometimes, fighters find out well in advance and then they get the fight. But, I mean, this is so quick. Do you feel like you might not even get to enjoy it until after the fight, just, going through the experience of being a UFC fighter?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, dude. I'm here. I'm not here for the glitz and glam, dude. I'm here to fight, and, I'm going to fight. That's all that matters.
And
all the extra stuff is just bonus,
I agree. How are you keeping your nerves in check? Again, big debut here. Downtime during the week. Have you thought about that yet? Are you going to bring any books or video games or anything to kind of, break up the monotony during the week?
Music is the savior, and then just cutting up and joking with my guys. We're crazy, man. So, we'll be fine, man. I'm not worried.
And I'm just taking a quick look at the card here. Is there anyone on the card you're looking forward to seeing? I mean, you're going to be on the main card. The main event's Brunson and Kevin Holland. Like, this is a pretty good card for, just a fight night. Have you thought of that yet? I know you're there to do some business, but it's kind of cool you're going to be on the same card as like a Kevin Holland, right?
Yeah, no, I'm not stressing that right now, man. It's Tai Tuivasa time. That's it.
And we're looking forward to it, man. And thanks again for doing this, Harry. I know you got a million things to do right now, but really happy we got that interview in. It's going to be this Saturday, UFC Vegas 22. Oh, by the way, when are you leaving? When are you heading out there?
I don't know yet. We're about to find out about some plane tickets in the next hour or so.
Okay, well, I'll let you get back to it, man. In the meantime, anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media you want to plug, I'll give you the last word.
I want to thank my wife, my kids. I love you guys. All of my training partners, manager Pat, and just anybody who supported me, man. I mean, like, Saturday night I get to live a dream. Awesome. And it's the beginning of a new dream. It ain't over when Saturday night comes. Let me tell you all that.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.